So since many of you may know me already, let's do a quick introduction, and I will make it quick, but I'm seeing a few attendees here tonight that I don't know. And just another sound check, please, if you could just type it in the chat, whether or not you can hear me and how well and how clear can you hear me? Can you hear me? Perfect. Okay, thank you. Great. The platform is a little different, so I don't see you and I have to get used to this new platform. Thank you. So my name is Christine Grad and I'm a registered nurse and I've been specializing in foot care for 18 years. I'm the founder of the Art and Science of Burring. I've been teaching on the large variety of burrs and the high-speed suction rotary files since 2014. I used to run workshops in several provinces across Canada and the United States and speak at conferences. I remember when I first started teaching about the burrs, nurses used mainly diamond burrs, and most nurses used only a single burr. We have come a long way since then. Most foot care nurses now use carbides and ceramics and all kinds of different burrs. So let me tell you a quick story. I remember when I was attending a foot care conference as a speaker, and I was just, wandering around, and I overheard two nurses talking at distributor's table. One nurse was explaining to the other how to use some specialized burrs, and she was so excited about it. And I was just standing there in the background, and I recognized her. She attended my previous talks, and she was sharing what she has learned. And really, truly, this is why I love what I do and why I continue to share my knowledge to make a difference. My goal is to set you up with the skills you need so you can get even better than I am. So our webinar topic today is called Precision Foot Care, Maximizing Treatment Outcome. I'm an advocate for having the right equipment and burrs and skill set in order to provide precision foot care. If you want to take your practice to the next level, I highly encourage you to keep learning and advancing with the burrs, never stop. I believe burring is the most important skill for especially foot care nurses. Why do I say that? Isn't that what we do every day? My rotary file has become an extension of my arm. And really, if it wasn't for the burrs and the Rototool vacuum rotary file, I would have never enjoyed doing foot care so much. That is the truth. Burring is really an art and science, and it is something I truly enjoy. And I know many of you enjoy it too. So what is new at the art and science of burring? From now on, I will be offering the level 1 and level 2 art and science of burring courses online, as well as the Onifix course with the Podo Expert training. The Podo Expert and Onifix course is a training package. Let me tell you something. I honestly can't sell any product that I can guarantee or trust 100%. And I have not found a better product than Podo Expert yet. I did try a few other products along the way, but they were not comparable to the Podo Expert foot lotions and foot solutions. And my clients are also very satisfied with the results. I've been using the Podo Expert solutions in my practice for pretty much since I started doing foot care for 17 years ago. And I used two different kinds of ingrown nail braces in the past, and I didn't like them. I mean, they were okay, but they were very difficult to apply, and I had issues with them. And I'm the kind of person that if I can't guarantee a treatment to my clients, then I just don't use it. Maybe I'm too honest, but I can't change that. I was the most hesitant to use Onifix, and I must say that I probably resisted using it the longest. I was just not going to get into another ingrown nail brace technique until I couldn't stay away any longer because I had clients that needed help and I just couldn't fix their ingrown nail problems. Now, in some cases, it even resulted in losing some clients. Not a lot, but a few. Still, it was frustrating. It was quite frustrating. I thought I could correct ingrown toenails with the burrs, and in many cases, I was able to, and I was able to achieve great results, but not always. So I gave Onifix a chance, and I said that I would not recommend Onifix until I was certain that it works. And I'm glad that I gave it a chance. This is the first additional service that I'm providing in my practice, other than foot care treatments, that is actually helping each and every client with ingrown toenails, without exception. My clients love the results, I love the results, and I also appreciate the profit that it brings in. If you have not taken the Onifix course yet, because you need to be certified in order to use this product, don't wait. I mean, wait if you can until I make it available online. So some of you have already pre-registered for the Onifix online course. So I just wanted to let you know that its estimated release date is the end of September. In the meantime, to fill the gap, I'm planning to run 2 virtual live classes on June 24th and at the end of July. And it will start around 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock Eastern time on a Saturday. So you can send me an email or just pre-register for the Onifix course on the training webpage, and I send you more information on how to register. And if you take the Onifix course with me, I will be adding some of my own years of knowledge and expertise on the burrs. So if you have taken the level 2 online course, with the Art and Science of Burring online course, then you're familiar with the term ASB technique. What I have found is that using the right burrs, specific burrs to treat an ingrown nail first, followed by the application of the Onifix nail correction system, will maximize treatment outcome. So first we treat the ingrown toenail, then we apply Onifix to correct the nail growth and prevent reoccurrence. This is why I'm excited about this new adventure. The ASB technique and the Onifix nail correction system is the perfect combination. And we will discuss the definition of the ASB technique on the next slide. So I remember when I first started doing foot care, I was only using a single burr. It was a pear-shaped diamond burr. I was not satisfied with the results, so I added more and more burrs and came to the conclusion that by using several different burrs at a time, I can provide a better and more precise treatment. So after many years of researching, teaching, and mentoring, I decided to give the skill set a name, and I finally named it the ASB technique. You can learn all about the ASB technique in the level 2 course, but just in a nutshell, the ASB technique refers to the process of maximum outcome restoration in a single treatment visit and requires use of several highly selected burrs. So what can the ASB technique do for you? With the ASB technique, you can achieve precision foot care and best treatment outcome. We can also minimize injury to the surrounding tissue by using highly selective burrs. The chance of injury and abrasion to the skin is minimized. The ASB technique also helps to achieve greater comfort for your clients. One size doesn't fit all, so why not choose the burr that best satisfies your client's comfort needs? For example, When I have to clean and debride in the lateral nail folds and the client feels discomfort, right away I switch to the smallest version of either the 502 NEQ or the smaller version of the diamond ball. So by knowing which burrs to use interchangeably, you can reduce pain significantly. Your clients will feel the difference. So here on these pictures you see, on the right corner of the page, I used several burrs to achieve maximum treatment outcome. And I achieved this with minimal discomfort to the client by working with the ASB technique. And you can also see a larger photo of a total dystrophic onychomycosis here. And don't ask why I always end up sharing total dystrophic onychomycosis pictures, but I guess the result is just so drastic. So here the nail becomes brittle and I just decided to remove it entirely as the entire nail had crumbled and was overtaken by onychomycosis. And I cleaned up the nail bed and the corners and the mycotic nail particles with several specialized burrs. I wanted to talk about precision foot care today because the art and science of burring is a strong advocate for precision care. So I recently had a client who moved away and I haven't seen her for over a year. And all of a sudden she called, hoping that I could take her back. And of course, no problem. She said that after moving away, she went to several foot care professionals and none of them provided the precision care that she was used to while she was under my care. Specific issues were not addressed and left alone. As well, she noticed that none of the other foot care providers used the same equipment and tools that I did. Some of them even had a nice office and large clientele, but she was not satisfied. When she came back, I thought she would only require a simple treatment, as she received care only 4 weeks prior, but instead I had to work quite hard on her feet. Her heels were cracked, her nails were thick, and she had a fungal infection that was not addressed. As a matter of fact, she didn't even know that she had a fungal infection. So in order to provide precision foot care, we need to look at the equipment. So let's look at the equipment that will help you achieve best treatment outcome. With a suction rotary file, you'll be able to work safer, faster, and more efficiently. And you'll be able to better protect yourself from inhaling aerosolized nail dust, which can be quite harmful. And I teach about the health hazards of the aerosolized nail dust in the level 1 online training. Burrs. Here you see the must-have KG burr set that I put together a decade ago. These have been my go-to burrs up to today. These burrs are presented in the level 1 Art and Science of Burring online course. So if you have at least these 5 burrs to start with, you can provide a pretty good care with them. After a while, you will need to add more as you become more advanced. This picture with the burr display on the wall was taken in my office. I use over 40 different kinds of burrs in my practice. Once you expand your burr selection, you can be even more precise in your treatments. In order to learn about a larger variety of burrs and techniques and the ASB technique, I highly recommend taking the level 2 course. Your tool set is also important. I use a special ingrown nail nipper. It's absolutely amazing. It's very thin with a small cutting edge, and I can get into the corners of the nail easily. Clients don't feel much pain at all. The curette I use is also a special order with a very tiny end. It's quite useful as it can be difficult to be precise with a bulkier instrument. A podiatry chair. With a podiatry chair, you can position the client the way that works best for you. I usually give them a ride up and down and tilt. And as you get older, you can develop discomfort in your neck and in your shoulders, and even experience headache from poor posture. So an adjustable chair will also help you to reach all areas of the feet with an ease. It is also important to have a good headlamp, as they can help you to see with clarity. I simply can't provide foot care without a headlamp. I wear it in my office too. Just like a surgeon can't operate without a headlight. Many foot conditions, such as ingrown nails and small deep corns, can be very difficult to work on without adequate light. So in order to provide precision care without injury to the surrounding tissue, we must have adequate direct light. So as we discussed, precision foot care requires certain tools and skills. I urge you to look at your equipment and skill level and see if there's anything you would need in order to achieve better treatment outcome. And here, I wanted to give you an example of an involuted nail that was causing the client discomfort. And it was not that obvious, but I always try to investigate the cause of the pain. So for this client, I used a small diamond ball burr or carbide ball to file down and clean the sulcus. As you see on the far right picture, I was able to clear the nail fold and file the edge of the nail with great precision. And we don't always have to be this precise unless the client is complaining about pain. And in this case, the client was complaining about pain. So if there's an involuted or ingrown toenail, I always squeeze the nail on both sides and ask the client if it hurts. If the client says it hurts, I investigate. So let's talk about Onifix for a few minutes. On the first picture of this slide, you see the date of the first application of the Onifix nail correction system. And 9 months later, we applied another band at the proximal edge of the nail. The client altogether had 4 bands applied within 9 months. The results were amazing. Although she used to come in every 6 weeks, she no longer needs to. She can go a lot longer between visits since she has no more pain. Her ingrown nails used to be infected and swollen and painful prior to Onifix. With the Onifix nail correction system, her nails were corrected. She has not had any pain since pretty much the first time I applied the Onifix bands. So it is an absolutely amazing nail correction system for ingrown toenails. The first application of Onifix on the far left, please don't look very closely as they were then a bit quite thick. The material was overused a bit. The bands should be applied a bit thinner, 2 millimeters by 2 millimeters. Now on the photo on the right, what I wanted to show you is how I prepare and treat a severely ingrown nail prior to applying the Onifix band. So we must first remove the ingrowing edge of the nail by cutting back with an ingrown nail nipper. And we can use any of these burrs displayed here to file the nail edge and clean the nail fold. Some of these burrs that I displayed here, I teach about in the level 2 course. Sometimes I use 2 or 3 different kind of burrs, like the tapered, small tapered, long tapered, or a carbide ball, or a diamond ball burr if I need to be even more precise, depending on the situation. And here I wanted to point out the precision care on this photo. If you take a look, At this before and after picture here, you can see how I removed the involuted thickened medial edge of the nail. The nail was thick with debris built up under the nail, and it even looked like the client had onychomycosis. Many times people worry about nail fungus, but I always tell the clients to wait until I finish with the treatment, because many times, thank God, it's just discoloration caused by nail thickening. So you can see how I cleaned up the corner of the nail and filed with the burrs that are meant to be used in the sulcus in the nail forward safely. You can also notice how clear and healthy that nail looks after the treatment. Isn't that amazing? I often see nurses cut the nail across and buff it with the sander, and the client is good to go. Now, it's okay if you're providing basic care, but eventually we want to treat the involution to ensure the client will not end up with pain, and we want to reduce the thickening of the nail with the right burrs, because we know that nail thickening can cause pressure on the underlying skin, and we want to make sure that if there's a fungal infection, we recognize and try to remove as much as we can from the nail also. You can see the results on the photo on the right. The second toenail looks healthy, and I strive to provide precise foot care treatments such as this. So what else is new at the art and science of burring? I received quite a few inquiries about the possible subscription plan to the content of the training webpage, as the training courses that you purchase expire after 2 to 3 months. And some of you who have purchased courses have asked if for subscription fee, they could have access to the training courses on an ongoing basis. So here we are, it's now available on the webpage. You would have to click on the option membership on the training homepage and email me in order to receive access. So what will be included in the subscription? So first and foremost, you will have ongoing access to your courses. They will not expire unless you stop the subscription plan. New content will be added on a regular basis, including exclusive content for members such as videos, teachings, references, research, data, blog. It will be a combination of different things. I'm also planning to host webinars exclusive to members, because I imagine if you subscribe to the membership plan, you're truly interested in burrs and burring techniques and everything related to burrs. And for just a quick few minutes, I wanted to show you the online training platform, because even after my last webinar, a couple of people had difficulties with the registration process. I just wanted to show you quickly how to maneuver the training webpage. It's so easy. It's simple. First, you would have to go to the website, artofburring.thinkific.com, or you could just go to the main webpage, artofburring.com. Might be easier to remember. If you land on the artofburring.com, just click courses and it will take you to the training platform page. Once you have clicked on the course you would like to register for, and here we are registering for the level 2 course online. So you would click on that. You will land on the course page that you selected. Click on purchase and you will end up on the checkout page where you can add your credit card information and your contact info. And that's it, you're done. Once you purchase the course, you will have 2 to 3 months to complete and review the material. Please note that the price that is shown on the webpage includes tax. So there are no hidden fees or extra tax added to this amount. And there is a payment option just to make it easier. You may also pay through 2 or 3 equal payments. And I wanted to show you just very quickly how to make your way around the online course. Once you purchase the course, it's really simple. The lessons also have many HD video segments, very high quality training video, instructional video segments. So it's very visual. So this is what you will see after you open your course.
Hey there! In this video, I'm going to show you how to make your way around this online course. What you're looking at here is the course player. Yours might look a little different than mine here. Your instructor has probably customized this to make sure that you have the best learning experience. On the left here, you can see all the lessons in this course. You can open and close chapters and click on lessons to view them. This is a video lesson, and you can press play to start watching it. When you're finished, you can select this button to mark it complete and continue on. Your overall progress in this course is here. There are lesson options in this part of the course player, and you can join in discussions if your instructor has them enabled for this course. Leave a post or reply to a thread to join the conversation. You can get back to your student dashboard and account settings by selecting this button. That's all for now. Happy learning.
So it's very simple and straightforward. I really hope you heard that. I didn't really hear the sound in the video, but I heard in the background, but it just doesn't come through my headphone. So I really hope you heard that. So it's very simple and straightforward. And once you start the course, you can stop at any time. Just close the browser. You won't lose any of your progress, and you can go back to finish it a few days later without losing anything. You can take your time finishing it. You can go at your own pace, pause the video at any time, rewatch it whenever you'd like, and you're not alone. You can always start a discussion, the course page, or email me directly. And I love when people do that. I love when attendees do that, when they send me questions. I really enjoy responding and answering questions. So I always respond in a timely manner, no matter where I am. And on this slide, I wanted to share some of the things that I wish I had done sooner in my own practice. I've been providing foot care for 18 years, and it has taken me over a decade and a half to finally switch from paper charting to a practice management software. So there are software management programs like Clinical, Jane, and others. What I use is Jane. Now, I always had receptionists who helped me with the reception work, and they literally run the office for me. So I didn't really need, or I didn't really feel the need for a practice management software. But once I was left with that receptionist and assistant, and I started running my office on my own, I started to look into it. So this software has saved me a tremendous amount of time. It keeps all my records organized, and it's very easy to use, easy to chart. It sends out appointment reminders, so I don't have to call the clients the day before. Now, there are some elderly people, of course, who don't have cell phones or email, and I do have to call those people, but there are just a very few. And clients can also book online. So you have to have a website, and through the website, clients can book online. And I was shocked how many clients are actually using the online booking system. So it's great to see people booking online and filling the gaps in my schedule. So let's talk about profit. When we run a business, we need to make profit. And let's be honest, just by providing hands-on foot care, we don't make enough profit because we also have serious expenses and overhead costs. So where can we make profit? We can offer and sell products such as foot lotions, diabetic socks, toe separators, custom toe molds. We can also offer additional services such as supplying compression fittings, correcting ingrown toenails with Onifix, and providing antifungal treatments. So by providing additional services, you're making a greater profit within your business. Keep your overhead costs low and watch your business expenses. For example, I rent an office space at a doctor's office, which is great since my rent is affordable, and I receive many referrals from the family doctor. And price yourself well. If you're using several burrs and abrasive caps, and these podo and thermoabrasive caps are $1 or over $1 each, if you're using, and they're disposable, so you have to throw it away after each and every use. If you're using a freezing spray, you must consider your expenses and charge your client accordingly. You must also consider your skills and experience in the fee you charge. I remember I used to charge so low that it was difficult to keep up with paying my employee and keep up with my burr expenses. When you start your business, don't compromise on two things: an autoclave and a vacuum integrated rotary file. The autoclave is a must-have and is actually mandatory in Canada. A vacuum integrated rotary file, although not mandatory, it is highly recommended, very highly recommended due to the serious adverse effects aerosolized nail dust can cause. I'm a brand ambassador for the Rototool Suction Rotary File. This machine can help you work faster and with more efficiency than many other drills. And it's also very helpful to have a strong referral system. I work with a pet artist, and we don't work at the same location. We work in a different city, but close proximity. And we refer patients to each other. And it really is working for us and for our clients. I also have a few family doctors who refer patients on an ongoing basis. So I know that there's so much more to talk about this, and I could probably talk about this for an entire day, but let's move on to the next slide, and we are almost coming up to the end. So I'd like to show you my TikTok post because I don't have a lot of followers on TikTok. I might have about 5. I didn't have a lot of time to figure out how to use TikTok yet. Burrs should be changed every couple of months. It depends on how much you are using them. Carbides can also wear out and become dull. So keep an eye on your burrs and change them every 3 to 6 months. Some can last longer or even up to a year. Once they lose their sharpness, they will slow you down. I found that some burrs, even like the carbide ball, can wear out quicker, but it's also one of the lower cost burrs. It's hard to say goodbye to the burrs. I needed to change my burr supply recently, and it was painful because they're a big investment, but I was looking forward to my new burrs so I could work faster and more efficiently. So that was the goodbye, and here are the hello new burrs. Who doesn't like new burrs? There's so many different ones, and especially once you take the level 2 course and learn about a huge variety of burrs and burr selections, you will no longer be kept in the dark, and you will be able to recognize and differentiate between a much, much wider selection of burrs. If you ask my supplier, she would tell you that Christine orders the most unique and even weird burrs. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It was a pleasure to be able to share this information with you all. In the next